Hello there. Allow me to introduce myself to you. I am Russel Brand. Or am I Jimmy Carr? Or am I Jonathan Ross? Whoever I am obnoxious, and I enjoy playing sick jokes on people. I enjoy screwing around like a dog on heat sniffing all the bitches. Who does this sound like? Who is that kind of person that screws one woman after he has romanticized her? Then while he's banging her or she's giving him a blowjob, while she's at home taking care of certain affairs, he's screwing some other skank. Who does this sound like? I'll give you a clue. He once won the Big Brother episode. You still don't know who he is? Who has once married Katy Perry, and when Katy Perry went on tour in Japan, he wasn't allowed. Are you picking up my clues? Have you played the game Cluedo? Do you have a brain to try and figure out what I'm rambling about? Jonathan Ross. He's as warped as urine. Can urine be warped? Man, it can smell. So obviously, Jonathan Ross is the kind of person you would not introduce to mummy or daddy. But you would introduce him to a pool of piranha, then film it and stick it on YouTube, or sell it. Then there's Jimmy Carr. He's as nauseating as a human recycling shit phone. I mean, he's a comedian. What do you expect? I mean, someone once told me, if you got nothing worth saying about someone, don't say it. But in this case, Jimmy Carr, Frankie Boyle, and all the other comedians that take the piss out of disabled people are, in simple terms, a bunch of Nazis. Because it's the Third Reich, the Nazis, the Gestapo, the SS, wannabe German glorified soldiers who don't have a life unless they're insulting someone, unless they're putting down a disabled person. Ask yourself this question: What are their morals when they deliberately go out their way to take the piss out of disabled people? It's like, it's just like encountering someone in a wheelchair and pushing them over, lifting up the wheelchair and pushing it forward so they fall out of the wheelchair. That's the same as taking the piss. Because what you're doing is, the difference is, you're doing it verbally. And you're demonstrating by the actions you are doing that are befalling this unfortunate disabled person to encounter an asshole like you. Yes, Frankie Boyle, you're an asshole. You take delight in insulting disabled people. Why did you go out your way? Because obviously, you're the kind of person who likes to shock. I mean, you're the kind of person who more likely sits on the toilet having a shit, picking your nose, eating the bogies and contemplating, who should I be today? As you look at the bogey you just withdrawn from your nose and you lick it with your tongue, then bite it and you start chomping on it. And you're wondering, who should I be today? What should I be today? Should I be a piece of toilet paper up someone's ass, being wiped away for the unwanted, decaying, urinated shit Bombay duck curry you've had previously? Or are you the kind of turd like Jonathan Ross, who has co-founded Wankers Inc. What is Wankers Inc? Well, it's when Jonathan Ross and Russel Brand, who's banned from Japan, I'm a poet and I definitely do know it, he played that sick, putrid joke on Andrew Sachs. Did you know, or you may not know, or you ain't got a brain to know in the first place, that Jonathan Ross was getting over I think it was either 3 million or 18 million pounds over 3 years. And when he managed to raise himself up above a ship recycling farm, but in Ireland, you can't raise yourself up above manure when you insult Andrew Sachs, because what you're doing is you're speaking manure. So really, you haven't raised yourself up against anything. It's just as you get higher out of this human recycling shit farm, the smell, although it smells of manure and shit, it's a little bit sweeter than if you were below a certain level. So yeah, you get these people who feel justified, as if they feel, oh wow man, I'm really an important guy. I mean, people like my jokes. They laugh at my jokes when I take the piss out of disabled people. Well, of course they do. Here's a well-known fact. Only arseholes laugh at jokes from arseholes, because an arsehole will always appreciate another arsehole. So yeah, this is a rambling audio about Russell Brand and Jonathan Ross and Frankie Boyle and Jimmy Carr and all the losers, insignificant souls, the ones with grandiose disorder, like Salman Rushdie. I mean, look at Salman Rushdie. I mean, he took it upon himself to judge the majority of Muslims, if not all the Muslims, because he overstepped the mark. I mean, look at the chaos he created by him conducting himself in the same shadow as a sociopath, a narcissist son of a bitch. He obviously believes he is of greater benefit. The only connection or the only comparison I can use with greater benefit than the rest of us is that he's nicely, smoothly, softly, smooth toilet paper that you use just right to shove up your bum to wipe out the anal turds. He's that kind of guy. He just don't give a rat's ass. He doesn't care. And so I was disappointed when the Iranian government removed a fatwa that was placed upon him by Ayatollah Khomeini. In my opinion, Ayatollah Khomeini was justified by placing a fatwa on him. The book is utterly disgusting. But to write something disgusting, you've got to be involved in excrement pools. You've got to bathe yourself in urine and use excrement, either human excrement mixed with vomit, to wash your hair. Because obviously you are a kind of putrid person that has no life unless you shock, insult, demeanour, degrade. So really, in a sense, you're like a comedian, really. A Gestapo, a Nazi. Someone I encounter on a regular basis, quite simply is, in my philosophy, piss me off or do something which I find unacceptable, and I'll shove a demon on you. And I come across a lot of these turds, actually on a daily basis. Why? Because I'm disabled and I have to travel a lot of buses, because I don't own a car. So I encounter these asswipes, these fundies, these wannabes, these individuals. Okay, here's an image. You take the average fish, salmon, pike, a piece of cod, a piece of plaice, stick it in a plastic bucket, put the lid over it and you seal it. And you leave it for 6 months. Not before, not after, exactly 6 months. And you take off the lid. If you can imagine the smell, that's if you have a brain to actually imagine anything. That's the kind of stench I compare Jonathan Ross, Russell Brand, Frankie Boyle, Salman Rushdie. They're all the same. They're in a sense lowlifes, because they're only important if they insult someone. It's like you hear individuals that swear in public, if they stop swearing, their unwanted spirit would withdraw back into this human sewer system and become nothing. That's why a lot of them swear. That's why a lot of them are loud. Hey, look at me, man. I'm my big muscles and tattoos, you know, man. I'm this awesome guy. Women need me. They only need you to use your tongue to lick out the shit from the toilet. That's the only thing you're good for. So the next time I encounter a turd or turds like these morons I've mentioned here, because they may sue me for slander, but can they really sue me for slander? They behave as if they are without credentials. They behave without any virtues. Oh no, that's not quite true. Should be too hard. They are virtuous when behaving like scum. That's what we are. So Russel Brand, Jonathan Ross, Jimmy Carr, Frankie Boyle, Salman Rushdie. You are as important as whale shit. If I said human feces, that would be wrong because farmers use that on their lands. So here I am, SV Dagan. I hope you enjoyed my rambling about turds in the sunlight. No doubt we'll meet again.